chilling photo shows black woman on D.C. train surrounded by white supremacist thugs. It was the headline for this picture. Okay, the media just absolutely ran with it. America 250, 4th of July, most epic fireworks display in the history of ever in D.C. And this is what Dana Bash was trying to get the Secretary of the Interior, who's in charge of all that stuff, to comment on.
Do you, as Interior Secretary, will you recommend to the president that he condemn this group and what they were trying to message, what they did try to message here in Washington?
Well, there have been, Nana, part of my response to that is that there are protests on the mall that people say things that I think are irreprehensible about President Trump, and yet they're allowed to go on because of free speech in our country.
I would recommend condemning them. Shut up. Really? I mean, like, she's really reaching for that one. How about you condemn all the left-wing actual violence? How about that? So let's back up. Who are these guys? This is apparently there's some white nationalist group called the Patriot Front or something like that. They came to march around D.C. They look like a bunch of clowns with their masks on and stuff like that. Could they be on the SPLC, the Southern Poverty Law Center payroll? I don't know. I guess we'll find out in 2 to 4 years if Congress ever investigate this. But the train, guys, really? Like a field trip for big boys? Was mom's minivan like in the shop or something like that? Second, the headline, chilling. No, but I bet chilling is how Irina Zaruska felt after hearing this and while she bled out. Nothing from the media on that one. I mean, like, how do you think all those passengers aboard the subway where Daniel Penny had to choke out that violently threatening criminal saying that he'd kill everyone? By the way, he was known for doing this, and yet no one addressed it, and they left it for Daniel Penny to deal with. Or how do you think just about every woman in just about every major city feels walking at night, taking public transportation after an increase of rapes and people getting pushed onto train tracks? The article was even more ridiculous. Freelance photographer Chenny Orr captured the eerie 250th Independence Day moment that some observers argue is symbolic of the nation's struggles to live up to its I'm sorry. What is eerie here? Was that woman assaulted? No. Was she harassed? Not that we know of. She was just forced to sit next to a bunch of cosplay wannabe tough guys, and she just was like staring off into whatever. So was she chilled? I mean, did anyone ask her? Oh, no, of course not, because that would be way too much journalisming. According to the article, the woman hasn't been identified, and it's not clear if she interacted with the Patriot Front members during the... Are you kidding me? You read a whole article and you didn't even ask her? So no one bothered to actually ask the woman if she was actually chilled, which she doesn't look that chilled to me. She's... Look, this is America. You have the right to do stuff like this, even if it's stupid stuff. Just like in the case of Black Lives Matter. Until they actually burnt down cities and robbed local businesses and broke stuff and cost communities $2 billion. But that, apparently, even that was mostly peaceful and justified by the legacy media.
It's our First Amendment right to speak up, to protest.
The ironic thing is the reason why there is unrest in our streets is because Black Americans have never had equal protection under the law. That's why they're in the streets.
Please, show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
First, Andrew, it's in the very sentence that you're citing. Peaceably assemble. Maybe I don't read too good. And you, Ayanna Presley, you are a black woman who was elected to Congress. Please tell me what rights black people are somehow deprived of. Nah, seriously, let's have that conversation because it's literally zero.
He loves the Constitution. He fights for what's right. He hates the bad guys. He's a freedom warrior. He's your freedom warrior. Watch Carl Higbie every weekday on Newsmax.